You will be rewarded.
Like that one.
Brittany, you should really watch this video. Watch this. Movie
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Nate here, and I'm bringing you Tips and Tricks Tuesday, Tips Tuesday, whatever you want to call it, where pretty much I tell you how to become a better player at Call of Duty. And obviously I'm not the best player in the world. I think I do pretty well for myself, and a lot of you had wanted me to explain, like, you know, what I think in certain situations, why I do this, why I do that. And so I'm gonna pretty much every Tuesday I'm gonna bring you a little tip. This one's gonna be extra long. It's going to be 2 videos actually, and the first one is I was using the MSMC. I think I was warming up. I think it was my second game of the day, and it was the second game back from my friend's house when I was house sitting. And the first game I didn't do so well. I think we're on Nuketown, and I think I had like a 2 KD. And this game I was like, might as well throw on the MSMC. I got into a different lobby, and I saw that the next score per minute was like half of mine, and the top KD in the lobby had like a 1.2 kill death ratio. And I'm like, if that's the top kill death ratio, might as well put on a try hard weapon and go for a nuclear. And I know I didn't get the nuclear, but it should count, because in this game I go on a 15 gun streak, maybe even a 16, I'm not sure. I kill myself with C4 because I'm the best, and then I go on another 15 gun streak, and I end up like 33-1. So technically no enemies killed me, so that's a nuclear, right, Treyarch? I mean, I think it should count. And then the next game is the same lobby, and I was like, you know, maybe I'll try the AN-94 because I was on Yemen, I believe, and it was a longer range, you know, encounters. And so I went 29-0, and I thought it was either 2 or 3 VSATs. And this kid on my team, the guy who had the 1.2 KD, was on my team. And then he goes like 22-4 or something stupid because he was just using my VSATs to, you know, kill whore. And then I didn't get the nuclear because the game ended. So bad luck, NateFigs. Anyway, it's 2 really good games. I hope you enjoy it. But yeah, like I was saying before, the second game I switched to the AN-94. And this may seem really obvious, but the best way to do good, and this is just in team deathmatch in general. I'm not. This one's not going to be about Call of Duty in general. But in team deathmatch, obviously use the best weapon if you're going to do well. You know, you see me sometimes run around with silly weapons. That's because I've been playing Call of Duty for such a long time. I really get the feel of how weapons work, what their recoil is, what their damage is over, you know, certain ranges. And I just really get a feel for the weapon. I know when it's going to kill, and I know when I'm going to die. And then I can use silly setups, silly weapons. But if you want to get good, I would say just use the cheesy weapons. I know I hate to say it, use the OP, like the Type 25, ACR, MP7, all that good stuff, and then switch off to a different weapon. I wouldn't stick with it, because if you're just using the most powerful weapon, like let's just say Modern Warfare 3, you only use the ACR, you're not really going to get good. You're going to get good with using the ACR. You know, it's a good weapon in most situations, but that's no fun. I mean, it's fun to do well, but I don't think it's fun to use the same weapon forever. I would switch it up, use like the SCAR and other weapons that are good but aren't as good. And then just continuously keep on using worse and worse weapons. It's going to take a while. The biggest thing for Call of Duty, I'm not going to, you know, make a video on how to do well and then you're going to watch it and you're going to do well. That's not what's going to happen. I don't think really many of you expected that, but the thing is that it takes time. It takes practice, and I've played so many hours, oh, suicide, I'm the best. I was about to say that's why I'm good, but then I killed myself. But I've played so many hours, so many days on Call of Duty that, you know, it's just natural for me. I don't really have to think about anything. I don't have to, you know, overthink anything. I just know what's going to happen in each situation, and then I just panic knife and teabag every time, and then I just kind of naturally do what I'm supposed to do. And like I said, it's just really, you have to play a lot. You know, you can't just expect to get good at something, really anything, just by, you know, learning from someone else, and learning from someone else is going to elevate your game. I'll just give you like a sports example. If you're playing basketball and you're just no good, you're the worst athlete on the planet, and you go to like Michael Jordan's basketball camp, and Michael Jordan says, hey, do this, do this, do this, and you learn, and you're having fun, and you're growing as a player, and you get better. You know, you're not going to get worse by learning from the best. And then, you know, but after that, you're not going to be Michael Jordan. It's not like you're going to magically become the best player in the NBA if you just have no skill naturally. And, you know, video games aren't really a natural thing for people. I mean, some people are naturally good at them. There's some really insane people, just like, I don't know, Guitar Hero, and they're just like, they pick it up and they understand the game perfectly. And there's my half nuclears combining into each other right there. You know, but people play Guitar Hero for like the first time and they're like, wow, I understand this game, I'm just naturally good at it. And then there's me over here who I just suck. I can't play Guitar Hero for, you know, to save my life. And that's the end of that game. Hop into the next one in Yemen. But yeah, you can become good at anything if you put your mind to it. I mean, obviously there's certain limitations to certain people. Like going back to the basketball thing, if I'm, you know, 4.5 feet tall and white, I'm obviously not going to be able to dunk no matter how often I practice. But anyway, so once you play a lot, you really have to put the time and effort into it. If you don't care much about this game, then, you know, you're not going to get that great. I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to say I'm like the best player ever. It's just that I have a lot of days played. That's really what separates me from the average player. It's just I play a lot and I understand what they're going to do next, which is the biggest thing that I could really tell you guys. And so that's why I'm giving it as the first tip, is understand what the good people do and then do what they do. When Advanced Warfare comes out, everyone's going to be on a basically even playing field. Nobody knows what the maps are. No one knows what the guns are. I mean, except for a few if you've watched like gameplay by some of the YouTubers. But yeah, everyone's going to be on basically the same playing field. But the people who are good at Call of Duty Ghosts and Black Ops 2, they're going to be good at Advanced Warfare day one. They're not going to get, you know, 5 KD, you know, games every single game. They're probably going to struggle a little more than they're used to. But then they learn what other people do and counter it. And that's the biggest thing I could do is tell you to, you know, watch the kill cam, watch where people camp, and then just base your gameplay around them. You know, Call of Duty is not a game where you can really just do what you want and then, you know, people will just get owned by you. You really have to do what they want you to do and just do the opposite of it. So if someone's camping in a corner, then, you know, throw C4 at them. You don't want to just run at them head on, obviously, because they're probably going to have the jump on you, especially if they have a target finder LMG, then they're probably going to be invincible. But yeah, so just watch the kill cams, watch what weapons they're using, what perks they're using, and then just base your playstyle off of that. So my playstyle changes up every game, and the next game I post is probably going to be a really long one as well. It was a search and destroy game I was playing with my subscribers. And I knew from the beginning that these guys were good on the other team. And I was like, man, these guys are probably going to use M8A1s. They're probably going to drop shot. And I was like, but, you know, just to start off the game, maybe I'm wrong. I believe I was sniping in the beginning. And then I went 0-2 after 2 rounds. And I was like, you know, I know what they're doing now. I know their rush routes. I know that they're playing as a team. And so I just had to counter it, change up my play style. And, you know, I had to change weapons. I changed to my M8, which actually I suck at the M8A1, but that game I happened to do really well. But yeah, so change up your playstyle. Don't be afraid to use, you know, a different weapon than you start off with. Just because I started off, you know, with a certain weapon, let's just say it's a SMG, and then everyone's head glitching in the windows across the map. Obviously, if there's no flank rounds available, if they're playing as a team, then I should use an assault rifle or a sniper or something to take them out. Now, Call of Duty is an extremely simple to understand game, but there's so many different variables into it as I get the Moab right there. And, I mean, there's just like endless topics that I could think about. And right here, I'm just rushing. I'm just like, I think I can get the nuclear if I try hard enough, but unfortunately not. I call in a VSAT, and I think that guy steals the last kill I needed. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna keep on talking. I know this has been a really long gameplay. But yeah, so when you counter, uh, there's going to be a lot of different ways that you can approach something. There's not just one way. There's not something that I'm just going to say and it's going to work every time. And that's what this series is for. Call of Duty is really simple, but it's really complicated when you go in depth, I suppose. And one of my favorite YouTubers to watch for in-depth things is a guy named Drifter. He'll tell you like the bullet damage and the time to kills and what every single gun and kill streak does and stuff like that. So if you want to check out his channel, the link will be in the description. But anyway, yeah, that's what the series is pretty much going to be. It's just me telling you how to do well in like Team Deathmatch and Call of Duty in general. Yeah, and expect it to pick up a lot in Advanced Warfare when all the new stuff comes out. And I thank you for stopping by. I'll see you on the next one.